this is our rig. It's a 1998 Mercury Mountaineer. It's a V8 all-wheel drive. We got it for $1,000 on, I think it was Facebook. All we needed to do was put in a water pump, and we put in a water pump and been driving on it for about 10,000 miles now, I think. It's been a great car. You know, all we basically did was built up a bed, which I'll show you here in a second. That sits up back here. It sits about 13 inches off the back of this. So we put all our storage stuff underneath. The seats slide forward, and then the bed slides forward, and it creates a full-size bed. So we just got it all cleaned out, getting it all ready to go back up on the road. So it's coming together pretty well.
Alright, I'm going to show it off.
Alright, let's check it out. So we got the tow hitch on the back for just extra storage, roof rack on the top, a little more extra storage up here. At first when we did it, we didn't have any racks, so we were just kind of had all of our stuff on, like, thrown up on the top, and it looked really ghetto, and it worked pretty well, but we had one of our trunks stolen off the top, which sucks. We actually had something stolen off the top, and we had our window broken on the other side, and
coming around to that.
A whole tub of food got taken, which sucked. It was a big loss for us, but
here we are.
You just got to keep on trucking, man. Things go bad, and when it goes bad, you just got to keep going. But it's a good car, man. It takes us everywhere we want to go. I didn't want to do the whole van thing, just because I think vans are big, and you know, with the bigger the car, the more places you can't get. I wanted something small that could take us anywhere, and I didn't want to get something so big that we couldn't like drive underneath like low-hanging trees and things like that. We had an RV at one point. The RV was cool, but it was huge, and finding parking for it sucked. So that's something I also wanted to avoid. And something like this, you can just jump in a Walmart parking lot and call it good. No one will even know. So, but yeah, I love the car. I love this truck. It's going really good. So yeah, let's start putting it all together and show you how we pack.
And
Alright, so this is our bed that we built. I think it only cost us about $100 to basically build this whole thing. It's about 13 inches off the ground, which means we get about a little more than a foot worth of storage space underneath it, which is awesome. Basically, it goes in, and this is actually the front. I'm going to put it in. So when the seats slide down, this whole thing slides out, and then it becomes a full-size bed, basically. It's still a little work in project. What I kind of want to do is put some legs underneath it so I can actually take this out of the car and put it in a tent and just sleep on it if I want to do that way. But it becomes a full-size bed, fits us perfect. It all slides up in there when we're driving, and then gives us all that storage space, and then Ellie kind of sits on top when we drive. So let's put the bed in the truck, and we'll show you how it goes. You can speed this part up and take out the sound. So. Alright, so this is the front. So you go in first, yeah. Yeah, so yeah, that's what I'll do. I'm gonna go in like that. There you go.
now we could just speed this process up.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Okay, so leave me on there. I'm going to go inside.
Yep.
There we go.
Nice. Look at that. Look at that leg, babe. It's perfect. Should have glued wood.
Sorry.
Sorry, dude.
Just trying to show you underneath the bed.
Alright, so we got the bed all nice and done. Quick funny story about the bed. When we built the bed originally, this leg up here, see if you can show them. This leg up here was 3 inches smaller than the rest of them because when we measured out the legs, one side of the seats didn't quite go down all the way, and it was about 3 inches taller than the rest of it, so it didn't lay perfectly flat. And so one leg we made 3 inches shorter to accommodate for that. Little did we know after we took out the bed out again and deep cleaned the car, we found an ammo can that was underneath the seat, lifting the seat up 3 inches. So when we took the ammo can out, that leg was now 3 inches shorter than the rest of them. So we had to wood glue a couple pieces of wood underneath it to give it that 3-inch gap that was missing. So that was a little funny backstory. This is also the second bed that we made. The first bed that we made was way tall. I think it was this is 13 inches off the bottom. It was 18 inches off the bottom. So it was about this tall.
Right here where these seats
plus the mattresses that we were sleeping on gave us another couple of inches. So basically our noses were touching the roof of the car when we first built it. It was huge. The bed came up to about here, and it filled the entire back way. There was no sliding part. It was just one huge piece, and it was really flimsy. So this is the version 2. Came out a lot better, a lot more sturdy. We bought better quality wood this time.
That's how you learn.
And did it. Yep, live and learn. So we're thinking about gutting the car again. So we do end up gutting it, then it'll be another project. So you can see from this side, you got the bed in there. We left enough room right here to put our coolers, and we'll show you when it's fully done how we can kind of get our food and water from inside the car without having to get out of the car, which is awesome. In case you're stuck inside your car on really stormy days, which happens. So, all right, let's slide the seats forward, and we can kind of show you how the bed slides out. Basically, put these seats forward. Yours. There we go. Bed slides out this way, hooks onto the seat, and there's our bed. And that's how we sleep. Basically, we have a mattress, obviously, that kind of folds up into it, that kind of folds underneath itself and makes it to where we can drive. But yeah, basically all we have to do is get out of the car, slide this forward, jump back in the car, and there's a full-size bed. Okay. So, yeah, it makes it really easy, really simple.
All right.
There you go. So, cool, let's keep packing and show you a little bit more. Alright, so kind of got all of our stuff all spread out right here. We're just going to kind of quickly go through what we got, what we're dealing with. This is actually kind of awesome because
backstory.
This was basically how we started off, was basically with this little bike trailer.
It's a bike trailer.
It's a little bicycle trailer. We threw all of our stuff on it and biked out of Vegas with it. And then we've had it ever since. We kept it because, one, it's a cool little backstory, and we also use it as a table, which is really nice because it unfolds and it gets about yay high with everything on it. And so we kind of set the grill on it, the little Coleman like stove. Set it on top of there so we don't have to use the table. We got a table for a table also, and then on top of that we can store things in it. Mostly store like pots and pans and paper towels and toiletries and stuff like that in there. Also, because it's a bike trailer, it has wheels. They're not on there right now. They're actually inside of it. We can use it to push it around. It's like a little cart. We use it to push it around. Push around all our stuff. Like if we want to spend a day at the hot spring, we can just pull out the trailer, throw all the stuff on the trailer, and then push it as a cart down to the hot spring and spend the whole day there without having to go back to camp to grab something and do, let's make it more than one trip. Having a little push cart is awesome. So it's something we learned. Push carts are great. So we got a little push cart right here. We've got our Coleman stove right here. Basically just super cheap, $30 Walmart kind of stove. We use it when we hook it up to our big white propane tank right there. Along and that propane tank also hooks up our lantern.
There's that pole right there that has all the.
So we got this distribution post,
There
which
you
hooks
go.
up to the white propane tank, which then the propane comes off there to the stove. Propane goes up to the lantern, which basically just hooks up at the top, which gives us light. We also have, our next buy is going to be a propane heater, which is something we desperately need.
Yes.
So that's something that's one of the first big buy, or not big buys, first buys we do here next will be a propane heater, because it's nice out in Vegas right now, but the weather is only nice during the day. At night it gets freezing. Oh, that's a big bee. Get right here. Bees. At night it gets freezing, so having a propane heater will be amazing. That's going to be our next buy. But moving on, got a whole bunch of extra car parts down there, extra battery, just in case battery dies. We're always using a battery for the car, so having a spare one on top of having jumper cables and extra tie downs is something you obviously always have to have. Another gas tank, extra gas tank, which is something we have, which is amazing. We've actually had to use that getting stuck in the desert. Having our gas tank saved us, which was great. Extra water tank right there. Got a water cooler, which we keep in the car to get access to from inside. Regular cooler right here. Nothing special, just a regular, ice chest.
Yep.
Don't have an electric cooler yet, but that's something I wouldn't mind picking up.
Hiking backpacks.
Yep, we got our bags, our bug out bags here.
This one's mine.
Yep, we got 2 bug out bags right now. Theirs is not full, mine's kind of full. We do a lot of hiking, a lot of backpacking, so we have our bags that are always handy,
Our solar shower.
solar shower, and then our toiletries. So basically this big metal bucket is basically how we boil up enough water for taking baths and showers. So basically fill that bucket up with river water or whatever, throw it over a fire, let it heat up, add some more river water onto it to kind of make the temperature right, then throw that in the solar shower, and then hang that up on a tree and take a shower. And it's actually amazing.
It works.
It's super comfortable and
low
nice.
budget showers.
Yeah.
You don't need anything fancy.
Got our tent here. Basically just a standard, 7 by 8 foot tent. It's nothing super fancy, but it helps. On top of the tent, we use a canopy to keep comfortable and dry. We have canopy walls that we just got. We haven't even opened them up yet. They're still in the box. I'm really excited
Brand
to use those. So that way we don't have to fight the wind in our camp to light the stove and do all that, and it kind of traps the heat in a little bit. So once we get a propane heater, we can kind of trap the heat in the walls and under the canopy, which will be really nice. But what we do actually is set the tent right next to the canopy. So basically you walk out of the tent and right underneath the canopy, and then on another side of the canopy is where we park the car. So it's all kind of one big piece.
So really picture a canopy just above these doors here.
Yeah, so the canopy will sit up about right here, and then we got the tent right next to the canopy, so we can kind of get out of the car. We sleep in the car. We don't sleep in the tent. We mostly just use the tent for storage.
Unless we want to.
And hanging out in, but yeah, we have, just because, why not? Most of the time we sleep in the car just because it's more insulated in the car. You can turn on the car and turn on the heater real quick.
Yep.
We've got access to everything in the car, so we don't have to get out of the car for any reason. To protect us from the wildlife and the cold and stuff, it's nice to sleep in a car. But we mostly just use the tent for storage and just to hang out in. So it's nice to be in an enclosed space sometimes without having to be outside if you don't want to be. Moving on, we have a couple chairs that we use. Just regular fold-up chairs, nothing super.
Our totes.
Here. We have all of our totes. Like I said, we got one tote stolen actually, which sucks.
Yeah, we lost a tote, you guys.
But other than that, we got totes on totes on totes, man. So we got a totes for spices. It's kind of empty
Which
right
we
now.
need to stock up.
We're about to stock up on food, hopefully here soon, and head out. So we got our spices. In here we got more food. A lot of dry food, a
Labeled.
lot of snacks, rice, pancake mix.
Dry foods,
Dry food,
pasta,
yeah,
cereal,
yep.
cookies, whatever you can think
Stuff
of.
like that. In here we got more canned food, more dry food. Extra
Pancake
peanut butter
mix.
jelly, canned food, chili, ravioli, whatever you want. You know,
Yep.
it's kind of bare right now. We need to
Stock
up a
on
little bit, but
which we will.
Yep, we're about ready to head out hopefully soon. So right before we head out, we're gonna stock up. That's kind of always the plan.
And then this one.
And then this one, we have all of our. Don't mind my beat 'em stick. And here we got all of our camping kitchen. This is basically our kitchen.
Yep, it's not
so we
organized whatsoever.
So we got all of our kitchen supplies here, you know, all our tongs and stuff for grilling, and extra candles here, garbage bags, lighters, pots, pans, plates, napkins, bowls, silverware.
Soap. You need your soap.
Cups, water bottles, soap, you know,
Everything.
tinfoil bags, Tupperware containers, which is awesome because we make a lot of food sometimes. Extra cups, mostly for playing the beer pong, you know.
Yep, you meet a lot of people.
Meet a lot of people, and it's fun to have fun. Coffee mugs, you know, basically just average
everything
kitchen
you
supplies and in a box. So basically, we want everything plastic. You want everything paper. You don't want anything glass, anything super
Yeah,
heavy.
anything that can break. You don't want any of that.
You want breakable things. So you know, all metal containers.
These will
plastic
become your best
containers.
friends.
These are amazing. You know, anything like that. Cutting board, super small, easy to use. You don't want anything super heavy because it just weighs your car down. You want to keep it as light as possible, because the more it's on your car, the more your car is the more gas you'll use, the more places you can't go because your car can't take it. So, I mean, our car can handle pretty much anything, but yeah, just keep in mind lightweight stuff you want to keep on there. Things unbreakable things, because you'll be dropping them, you'll be setting them on rocks, and you know things happen, things break. But yeah, I mean that's pretty much it. You know, we're still we got more inside. We have another big bag full of clothes, and then of course our bed is all inside right now. Once we kind of get all this packed up, we'll show you how everything goes. So, yep. All right. So we finally got our truck all packed up. Basically, this is how we have it all set up. We got our cooler and water cooler inside the car, so when this is all shut, we can still have access to water and all our food in here. We have all of our snacks. We just kind of shove right here. We don't have any snacks right now. Underneath, so if I pull this cooler out, there's nothing in it right at the moment. Got all our adventuring bags right here. Got both bug out bags in here. We got our tools right here. We got our kitchen set up right over here. In this bag is all of our clothes. We pull this stuff out. We pull the clothes out. Behind there, we got more food. All our food back there. And then we have more food that is going to be up front. Let's see. Alright. It's not all zipped up right now. There we go. Okay. Got all our clothes and bug out stuff right here. Hiking sticks, walking sticks, extra stuff right there. All of our window covers, normally just leave out because when we camp, we throw up all the windows. I got these ones kind of permanently in. I'm still working on them, so it's still a work in progress. We have window covers for all of the windows, so we can just kind of park in a Walmart or whatever, throw up the window covers and call it good. Over here, this is how we do our bed. Over here. So
Making my way slowly. There we go.
Alright, so this is kind of how we have our bed. Like I said, it just kind of slides up on this rail. So we just put our seats forward. This bed slides forward like that. Our mattress is all inside right now. It's not in here. But the mattress kind of sits on top with all of our pillows. And we got enough little space in there to kind of make it look. I can actually get in and show you how much space we have. Let's see.
Give us a little show.
Boom. As you can see, it's actually not so bad. Kind of have enough space to kind of chill. The mattress brings it up a little bit, so we're sitting a little higher up, but
It
keep
works.
our heads on this side because at night we got this nice. You can kind of see all the stars and the moon, and at night this glass is actually amazing. But you know, wake up in the morning and you got all the windows that we can see out of, and it's nice when you park next to a river, so you can just be like, boom, river view.
Set.
But yeah, so this is our bed right here, and to get out, basically, just
Gotta go back
get
the
out.
way you
You
went.
know? You just do what you got to do here. Alright, there we are. Boom, and then bed slides back, seats go forward,
And you're ready to
and
go.
boom, and then you're ready to hit the road. So yeah, this is basically what we're working with behind here. We got all of our toiletries. Make sure it gets easy access to all the toiletries and stuff right here. Just gets it pushed on back. And then we're gonna, normally we have like extra, you know, grabbables, you know, stuff you want to grab, toiletries, snackage, anything we want to get in arm's reach. We just kind of put back here and back here so that we always have access to it. In here, same thing, just kind of keep reachables. Right there. That's what I call them, chargers, yep. Everything you're going to use all the time, you want to keep kind of handy. Over on this side, basically just pull this little guy out right here. If I can, there we go. Pull this guy out right here, and then you got more food.
Food.
More food.
Cans.
Yep. So, got food access real close. Basically, what you want to have all your food access really close. You want to have, you know, water really close, toiletries, toilet paper, paper towels, you know, things that you're going to use all the time. You know, and you start to learn what you need to grab over time and what can be kind of buried
As you go along.
As you go along. So we had to learn what we want, you know, reachable, and what we can kind of get away without doing. I wanted to put the table, kind of like leave the table almost out, so that way, if we want to just kind of park, this normally won't be here. If we just kind of want to park, we can just kind of park, pull this thing up, throw the cooler down, pull out the stove, and then you can sit down right here and set up.
Cook some dinner.
Make some dinner, just like that. Underneath you got a little shade cover right here. So it's a nice little spot. I kind of want to keep the table handy so that way we can just use it whenever. It's not unfolded right now, but if we need to unfold it, we can have a pop-up full table. But yeah, so everything's within reaching distance and grabbing distance, which is what you,
ideal.
Overall, what you want.
That's what you
want.
want.
Kind of grabbable. Go. Got an extra grill, which is awesome. You can just throw this on a fire and just grill burgers, grill chicken, grill steak, whatever you want to grill. It also fits on our stove, so
Perfectly.
that way we can grill on our stove however you want to do it. I like using the stove as a stove, and I like throwing that on the fire personally, because it makes your beef taste like
Yummy.
smoked, and it's really good.
The roof
But yeah,
over here.
basically this is how we have our rig set up.
You want to show them the roof?
It's a little different right now just because our bed's not in there at the moment. On the roof, grab that water thing out of the way real quick.
Yeah.
One thing I did want to say inside, which is cool. The way we built up our bed. Like I said, the last bed we had was huge. It was like 18 inches tall, and the reason why it was 18 inches tall is because we wanted to have the cooler inside the car, and we wanted to grab it, but I was putting the cooler underneath the bed. So basically, if you can imagine, the bed was right on top of where the cooler was, plus the mattress, which is about a couple inches tall. So, you know, we were right here.
Yeah, we were pretty high up.
It was not fun. But from inside here, we lowered it a little bit and scooted it up and made it slide out, so that way we can have access to the cooler and the water cooler from inside the car. Basically, you can just, if you're hungry and we're pulled over on the side of the road,
just turn
you
around.
can just turn around and get access to that, and just this lid pops on up, and so we can just dip our water and get water out of there, and Don't have to get out of the car for any reason. If we're stuck in the car for a couple of days, which we have been before, because we've been rained out. So we couldn't even get out of the car because you just mud everywhere, and you just didn't want to deal with that. We get stuck in the car for a couple of days. At least we can have access to
food and
all
water.
the food and the water inside the car, as well as the stove if we need to, and anything else we need to get a hold of. All our clothes are inside the car, so it's not on the outside. But it's all still kind of reachable and grabbable if we need to. Anyway, so let's go up to the top of the roof right now. Still shut that, which is awesome. Gas can, we got a propane tank, we got a lantern up there, we got an extra water jug in the back. Everything's all strapped down, so it's not gonna go anywhere. We got our canopy up here, both our chairs. Let's see if I'll grab the phone so we can. Got both our chairs over here. We got our tent right over there, and then we got our bike trailer / push cart right up here. So everything's all nice and strapped down and organized up there. Yeah, this is basically our rig, so we're really excited. Say hi. So yeah, we're excited to get back on the road. Hopefully we can get back on the road here in a couple of days. We need to get, I think we might get one more tote just for some of the extra stuff that's inside right now. We have some like shoes and a lot of other stuff that's inside that's not in the car, but we'll get one more tote, so we'll put it right here where this is. Underneath we got just extra tools and stuff, and all of our jumper cables and tarps and hammers and all that kind of in there. So if you can imagine, we'll get one more yellow tote just like that. We'll put it on this side, and then just keep the table on top of it. So, but yeah, we're excited to get on the road. So say hi. Hi. She's so pretty. We actually don't have a license plate. It's funny, you like that license plate frame? This is actually a tribute to my dad, and you can't really see it. It says, I hate dirt bags. My dad is actually a police officer. He's the one that gave me that. We don't have a license plate. Due to COVID-19, we cannot get a license plate because... Yeah, because DMVs are shut down, so they're doing everything online, and technically we're living out of our car, so we don't really have a quote-unquote address right now, so don't really have a license plate. We've been pulled over multiple times for it, but the cops aren't doing anything about it because COVID, can't really do anything, so we're just kind of lucked out with that one. But yeah, here's our rig, and it's coming together nicely. When we first got it, we didn't have the roof rack or the tow hitch on the back, so having upgrades we basically just had everything shoved up on the top, and it's stuck up really tall. But it looks a lot more clean now, a lot better. And yeah, we're excited to get back on the road. See inside of it real quick one more time, so you guys can kind of just get a little peek on like what's going on in here. Yeah, we're excited. Still got some extra room back there for some of the stuff on the inside. But yeah, all right. We'll say bye real quick, and I just took a picture. I think I don't know how to turn this around. Whatever. I'll just be like, okay, we're excited to leave. Bye.